All right. Welcome in, everyone, to another deep dive.
Okay.
Today, we're going to be looking at Aditya Birla Capital Limited,
Sounds good.
and specifically their Q3 fiscal year 2025 performance.
Okay.
So we've got a pretty big stack of documents here.
Yeah.
We've got regulatory filings, press release, investor presentation, and the detailed financial statements.
Yeah. So we can compare what they're telling the public with, the actual hard numbers.
Yeah, it's like we have a detective kit for financials.
Right. Exactly.
So let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
ABCL is reporting growth basically across the board.
Okay.
Their press release was just overflowing with highlights.
Okay.
Revenue is up 10% year on year to 10,949 crore.
So they're taking a bigger piece of the market, it seems.
Yeah, it's not just a small bump, it's a pretty significant jump.
Yeah.
Profit after tax came in at 708 crore.
Okay.
Maybe not as high as last year, but
Yeah. But still holding steady in a pretty volatile market.
yeah, that's a good point.
That suggests they're managing risk well and that they're not just going for quick wins. They're building a sustainable business.
Okay.
All right.
And then here's where it gets really exciting, their lending portfolio.
Okay.
So a 27% jump year on year to 1,046,151 crore.
Okay. That's pretty big.
That's a pretty aggressive growth strategy, right?
Yeah, definitely. It seems like there's a lot of demand for credit in India right now from both businesses and individuals.
Yeah.
And ABCL is taking advantage.
So it's not just lending, though.
Oh, okay.
Their total assets under management are also up 23% year on year,
Okay.
hitting 503,377 crore.
So they're managing a lot more money for their clients, it seems.
Yeah. So they're not just loaning out money, they're actually
Right.
managing assets.
Yeah. So it's good they're diversifying.
Right.
They're not just putting all their eggs in one basket.
Right.
They've got a pretty diverse set of financial products and services.
Yeah. It's a pretty comprehensive financial services ecosystem.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So we've got this impressive top-level growth. But what's really driving it?
let's break it down by segment
That's good.
and really dive deep into these financial statements and the investor deck.
Let's do it. So, all right, let's start with their NBFC,
Okay.
Aditya Birla Finance.
Okay.
Their focus on business loans,
Okay.
particularly to SMEs, really stands out to me.
Why SMBs?
Well, first of all, SMEs are the backbone of the Indian economy,
right.
and they're increasingly looking for financing options to fuel their growth.
Oh.
Second, ABCL is positioning itself for future growth
Okay.
and building long-term relationships with these businesses.
Okay. So it's not just about now it's about the future.
Right, exactly.
And it looks like they're not sacrificing asset quality for growth.
Oh, really?
Their gross stage 2 and 3 ratios went down 60 basis points year on year.
So they're being more careful about who they lend to.
Yeah, they've managed to significantly decrease their riskier loans.
Yeah, they're not just trying to grow at all costs. They're trying to grow responsibly.
Okay. Yeah. So how about housing finance?
Okay, housing finance.
I mean, 136% year-on-year increase in disbursements.
That's huge.
That's massive.
So what's going on there?
Yeah, so they're strategically focusing on affordable housing,
Okay, makes sense.
which India has a huge need for.
Right.
And they're leveraging the Aditya Birla Group's ecosystem
Okay, so they're using those existing relationships.
to drive growth.
Yeah.
And it's not just about expanding rapidly.
Yeah.
They also managed to improve asset quality significantly.
Okay. How much?
177 basis points year on year, stage 2, and 3 loans are down.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're managing risk really well.
Yeah, so high growth,
Yeah.
but keeping a close eye on risk
Okay.
shows a well-balanced strategy.
Yeah, it's signaling to investors that they're not just throwing money around.
Right.
They're being strategic.
All right, so asset management,
All right. Asset
they're
management.
reporting a 23% year-on-year increase in quarterly average assets under management.
So they're managing more money for investors.
Right.
And it looks like about 46.8% of those assets are invested in equities.
Oh.
So that gives us a little bit of insight into their investment strategy.
Yeah.
Shows a good balance between growth potential and risk.
And they're also focusing on building a steady stream of investment income
Okay.
through systematic investment plans and expanding their network of distributors.
So they're building for the long term.
Yeah.
They're not just going for short-term gains.
All right, let's move on to insurance.
Okay, sounds good.
Life insurance first.
All right, life insurance.
They claim they're outperforming the industry,
Oh, wow. In what segments?
individual and group segments.
Interesting.
So they're gaining market share.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But what's interesting is their approach.
Okay, what is it?
They're increasing their proprietary business.
Okay, so selling more of their own products.
Yeah. Strengthening their underwriting process.
By using data.
By leveraging data analytics.
Okay.
And just using data to make smarter decisions across the board.
So they're modernized.
Yeah.
Using technology.
Yeah, they're kind of the cool kids on the insurance block.
Yeah. They're combining insurance expertise with technology.
Now, health insurance.
All right, health insurance.
39% year-on-year gross written premium.
Wow.
And their market shares climbed to 12% among standalone health insurers.
Okay, what's driving that?
So their health-first model
Okay.
seems to be resonating with customers.
Okay.
It's not just about selling insurance. It's about actively engaging customers
Oh, wow.
in managing their health and well-being.
Interesting.
And they're using their Active Health app to encourage healthy habits.
So they're turning insurance into a proactive health partner.
Right.
Not just a safety net.
Yeah.
And it seems like people are responding well to that.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we have.
But what does it all mean?
Right. What's the story behind these numbers?
What's the story that these numbers are telling us?
Yeah.
About their performance and their strategy?
Well, it seems like they're doing really well across the board. Strong growth in a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
Good risk management.
Mm-hmm.
Good asset quality.
And they're embracing technology.
Yeah.
And data analytics.
Yeah.
And really focusing on the customer.
So how does that translate into their long-term strategic vision?
That's what I want to find out.
Yeah, let's connect these dots and see what the bigger picture looks like.
Okay, stay tuned.
All right.
We'll be back
Sounds good.
to continue our deep dive into ABCL.
Awesome. They're really committed to this digital transformation.
Yeah, they're building like a digital nervous system.
Yeah, it's not just a side project. It's core to their strategy.
And this investor deck really highlights how serious they are about it.
What do they have?
Well, they've got this omni-channel architecture,
Okay.
which basically means they're giving customers the freedom to interact with them on their own terms,
Yeah.
whether it's online through an app at a branch or through virtual relationship managers.
Yeah, so they're recognizing that customers have different preferences and making it easy for them to connect
Mm-hmm.
however they want.
And then their D2C platform,
Okay. They're what?
ADCD,
Okay.
really impressed me.
Yeah.
They're offering 22 different products and services all in one place.
Wow. Okay, like payments, loans, insurance, investments.
Yeah, it's like a financial supermarket.
That's a good analogy.
And I love that they've got this My Track feature,
What's that?
which helps users stay on top of their finances,
Okay.
their credit history, and even their health.
Oh, wow. So it's like a personal financial assistant
Yeah,
right in your pocket.
and it's clearly working. They've acquired 4.1 million customers through this platform.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And then
Okay, what else?
they also recently launched a new servicing app
Okay.
specifically for their existing customers.
All right.
It's built on this flexible platform so they can easily add new features and services
Yeah.
as needed.
All right.
And it offers this unified experience across all of ABCL's businesses.
So no more jumping between different apps or websites.
Right? Everything's right there at your fingertips.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. And they've got single sign-on with the ABCD app.
Very convenient.
Hmm.
Very smooth user experience is important these days.
Yeah. It reduces friction and frustration.
Yeah. Makes people more likely to stick with ABCL.
But they're not just focused on individual customers.
Oh, okay. So what else are they doing?
They've developed this dedicated B2B platform called Udyog Plus
Okay.
to meet the needs of small and medium enterprises.
All right.
So it offers this seamless digital journey for everything from business loans and supply chain financing to a whole suite of value-added services.
Wow. That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
So what kind of results are they seeing?
They've got 2.2 million registrations on the platform,
Okay.
and their total portfolio on Udyog Plus has already surpassed 3,300 crore.
Wow. So it's definitely resonating with MSMEs.
Yeah, they're not just talking about it, they're providing real solutions
yeah.
for these businesses.
And what about their partners?
Oh, yeah, so they recently launched Stellar, which is a BTD platform.
BT what?
BTD,
Hey.
business to distributor platform,
Okay.
designed specifically for their channel partners.
Right. So what does that do?
It gives them a high-tech toolkit to manage their business,
Right.
track performance, generate leads, and ultimately boost their sales.
So they're really empowering their partners to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
But is this all just about being tech savvy, or is there a bigger strategy at play here?
Yeah, that's the key question.
Right.
It's not just about the technology itself. It's about
Yeah.
how ABCL is using that technology.
To achieve its goals.
Right.
Okay, so let's connect these dots and see how this all fits together.
What's ABCL's master plan?
Well, one of their main goals is to expand their reach and deepen their relationships with customers
Okay, and how are they doing that?
through a combination of physical branches and digital platforms.
So they have a huge network of over 1,482 branches across India.
Yeah, and they're using these digital tools to supplement that.
Yeah, it's like a multidimensional web.
Yeah, makes it easy for customers to connect with them however they choose.
And they're leveraging the Aditya Birla Group ecosystem.
Right, using those existing relationships, especially in areas like affordable housing.
Yeah, it's like they're tapping into this pre-built network of trust,
Yeah, gives them a real advantage.
and they're pushing hard into new segments,
Like what?
particularly in Tier 3 and 4 towns.
Okay, so places that are often underserved by traditional financial institutions.
Right.
So they're focused on financial inclusion, trying to reach those who might not have had access to these services before.
Yeah, it's like they're democratizing finance.
Yeah, making it accessible to everyone.
And it's a socially responsible approach.
It is, and it's good for business, too.
Yeah.
Tapping into these new markets.
And they're emphasizing innovation.
What kind of innovation?
Well, like their health first model in health insurance.
Right.
And their constant development of new products and services.
Yeah, they're not just following the trends, they're setting them.
Yeah, it's a really compelling package.
So where does this leave them for the future?
Well, it seems like they're positioning themselves as a leader.
Yeah, not just a player, but a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Embracing digital transformation,
Right.
driving financial inclusion, fostering innovation.
But the Indian financial services space is really dynamic.
It is. New players are emerging all the time.
Right. And technology is evolving rapidly.
Yeah.
And customer expectations are constantly shifting.
So with all these factors at play,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I don't know.
How will ABCL's focus on digital transformation and financial inclusion impact the competitive landscape in the years to come?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see how it all plays out.
All right, so we've got the big picture. We've seen the strategy.
Right.
Now let's really get into the financial.
Okay, let's dive into those numbers.
Yeah, regulatory filings, financial statements, all that good stuff.
The treasure map to understanding their performance.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
What's really cool is how diversified their revenue streams are.
Okay.
For the 9 months ending December 31st, 2024,
Mm-hmm.
their total revenue from operations was a hefty 28,375.95 crore.
Okay, break that down for me. Where's it all coming from?
Well, a big chunk of that is interest income, 9,381.35 crore.
So lending is still a big part of their business,
Yeah, it's their bread and butter.
but they're not just relying on that.
No, they've got other sources of income too.
Like what?
Fees and commission income brought in 797.47 crore.
Okay, so they're diversifying.
Yeah, they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
And this next part really caught my attention.
What is it?
They reported a net gain of 350.44 crore from fair value changes.
Okay, so they're making some smart investment decisions.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
It means they're benefiting from market fluctuations.
Yep.
They're actively managing their investment portfolio.
Okay, so it's not just about holding on to assets. It's about
Right. They're not just sitting on their hands.
actively, they're making moves.
Yeah, to generate those returns.
And then there's the policyholders' income from their life insurance operation.
You're right, which contributed a massive 17,950.07 crore.
Okay, so that's a huge part of their revenue.
Yeah, their insurance business is a big driver of their growth.
Okay, but we got to talk about expenses too.
Right, it takes money to make money.
So their finance costs totaled 7,616.87 crore for the 9 months.
Which is a significant amount.
But I guess that's to be expected when you're in the business of lending.
Yeah, it's all about finding that balance
Right.
between lending enough to generate income and managing those costs.
Mm-hmm.
So they're walking a tightrope.
And then employee benefits expenses came in at 1,483.36 crore.
Okay, that's pretty much in line with what we see in the industry.
Right. And then depreciation and amortization expenses
Right.
totaled 188.37 crore.
So they're investing in their infrastructure
Yeah.
and technology.
Yeah, laying the foundation for future growth.
Exactly.
So their total expenses for the 9 months reached 29,782.81 crore.
So they're bringing in a lot of revenue, but also spending a lot.
Yeah, it's a balancing act.
What does that mean for their bottom line, though?
That's the big question.
Well, their profit before tax for the 9 months came in at 4,514.93 crore.
Okay, that's healthy.
Yeah, so they're managing their costs effectively,
Mm-hmm.
maintaining a strong profit margin.
And after tax,
And profit after tax landed at 3,334.98 crore.
Okay, so that's a pretty solid indicator of their profitability.
Yeah, they're not just growing, they're growing profitably.
All right, but let's look at the performance of their individual segments.
Okay, sounds
They're
good.
like pieces of the puzzle.
Right, each one contributes to the overall picture.
So for the 9 months, the NBFC segment recorded a profit before tax of 2,482.1 crore.
Okay, so their core business is doing well.
Yeah, and then housing finance brought in 298.39 crore.
So that affordable housing strategy is paying off.
Asset management delivered a profit before tax of 939.50 crore.
They're attracting those investor funds.
Yeah, and then life insurance contributed 108.94 crore,
Okay.
while health insurance unfortunately saw a loss of 202.87 crore.
Okay, so some segments are performing better than others?
Yeah, it's a good reminder that even within a successful company,
Right.
there's always room for improvement.
Yeah. Always areas to focus on and optimize.
So we've really gone deep on the numbers here.
Yeah, we've crunched those numbers.
What's the key takeaway for our listener?
ABCL is not just about impressive growth.
Yeah.
It's about strategic decision-making, smart investments,
Right.
and an innovative approach to navigating a complex market.
Yeah, they're not just reacting to changes.
They're shaping the future.
It's like they're playing chess
Right.
while everyone else is playing checkers.
So here's something to think about.
Code?
As the Indian financial services sector keeps evolving, how will ABCL's ability to adapt, innovate, and execute its vision determine its long-term success?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to watch their journey.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll catch you on the next one.